We're discussing a fascinating research project, a potential correlation between religious verses and genetic markers on the X chromosome. Our guest will explain the scientific methodology. To start, what's your core hypothesis? We hypothesize the manuscript holds a hidden genetic code. Verse locations might correspond to gene locations on the X chromosome, and verse meanings could correlate with gene functions or associated conditions. How did you standardize location measurement for the manuscript and the X chromosome? The manuscript was divided into 600 standardized pages, with verse locations documented by page and percentage. For the X chromosome, standard genomic coordinates, GRCH38, were transformed into a compatible percentage scale. How did you map these locations, considering the manuscript's reading direction? We established a clear mapping system. Crucially, we reversed the chromosomal representation to account for the manuscript's right-to-left reading direction, ensuring accurate positional comparison. Interpreting metaphorical verse language into scientific terms sounds challenging. How did you standardize verse meanings? We used independent interpretation of religious text and compared it with medical biological findings. We followed strict guidelines to translate metaphorical language into clinical symptoms or biological functions, ensuring rigor and mitigating bias. Once you had these interpretations, how did you identify associated genes? We conducted systematic searches using databases like NCBI, GeneCards, OMIM, and NHGRI, meticulously recording all results and candidate genes. We also set clear criteria for identifying the most strongly associated genes. How did you statistically test these correlations, both for location and meaning? We performed statistical tests to assess if the correlation between verse and gene locations exceeded random chance. For semantic matching, we used natural language processing and independent evaluations to assess the alignment between verse meanings and gene functions. What challenges and limitations did you address in your methodology? We accounted for the evolving understanding of genes and imprecise gene positional definitions. We also considered the possibility of verses resembling exons. Our entire methodology is fully documented for independent verification and reproducibility. Thank you for explaining this ambitious research. Thank you.